Hello there, guys, and welcome to Daily Updates. Listen, Julius Malema on Saturday delivered a perfect speech, and when he finished, he sang that famous song, that song that he sings most of the time. And I was just checking on the internet. There's an article released on the 2nd of April 2010 that said Julius Malema was banned by the High Court from singing the Kill the Boer song. So now, he sang that famous song on Saturday, and the AfriForum, the DA, are very angry. Steenhuisen just delivered his message a few hours ago, where he was saying that it is time to deal with Julius Malema. He's saying that Julius Malema is inciting civil war in South Africa. He even mentions the fact that we come from a long way of avoiding civil war before the elections of 1994. So what Julius Malema is doing is inciting a new civil war, according to the leader of the DA, John Steenhuisen. So his remedy to this problem, he says that he's finally taking Julius Malema to the United Nations Human Rights. He's taking the matter to the parliament. He's taking the matter to the public protector. And he goes to mention that, remember, he said in April 2023 that Julius Malema is enemy number one. The EFF is enemy number one of the DA. So now, since Julius Malema sang the song on Saturday, he is ready to make sure that he finally silenced Julius Malema for good. Those are the words of John Steenhuisen. He's angry and he says, this song is really inciting the killing of the people, the minority, is inciting the killing of the farmers. So enough is enough, according to John Steenhuisen. Something must be done, and the only way that something's going to be done is for him to go to the United Nations. And he's also shooting a shot at the ANC, saying that they are also to blame with this problem of inciting violence, with this problem of these things that are happening in South Africa. And you go back to the case of Julius Malema 2022, when it was brought forward by AfriForum. There was a point where Julius Malema was being cross-examined, and he had to really explain the meaning behind the song. And he said it is not a song, it is a chant, and it is not associated anyway with telling the people to do what is in the song. So it is a chant that was basically used for political reasons, where whenever someone takes the podium, they have to do a chant to just warm up the people. Those are some of the things that he mentioned, but a whole lot of things regarding that, defending that chant. And also, I remember Thabo Mbeki at one point said, explained this thing, saying that this song Duwili Bunu is not a song. It is a chant, and it cannot be associated with singing. It can only be said that this is a chant. You can sing, and after singing, you can do a chant. So Julius Malema ended up winning that case of last year with that lawyer that AfriForum appointed, and Julius ended up grilling that lawyer, teaching him his job. Now he won that case. And of course, AfriForum has not been happy since that day. And remember, the DA, next year they have to work with Freedom Front Plus. The DA, next year they have to work together with Freedom Front Plus, probably AfriForum, as much as it's not a political party. But you know, the interest of AfriForum, the interest of DA, the interest of the Freedom Front Plus are just in one circle. So the DA, as the opposition party, decided to stand up and say that enough is enough. We are going to challenge Julius Malema on the chant, the song, whatever they call it, that he did. And it's about time the UN intervenes in this matter, because it looks like ANC is just sleeping on the job. That is how Steenhuisen is portraying the whole thing. Of course, Julius Malema will probably hold a press conference sooner, and he's going to reply to that. One of the things he's going to start mentioning would be like He's a grade 12 dropout, Steenhuisen, so he can say anything. Those are one of the things that you can expect, because he's going to really reply to what he is saying. But if you really look back at South Africa as a whole, we come from a long way. We come from a long way where people were asked to forgive each other. And with what happened in the past, forgiveness and forgetting is really a problem that you cannot associate together. So coming from where we come from, we've never had a civil war. We've never had a matter where we can say that South Africa is under siege, people are killing each other. Now, we are heading towards the elections of 2024, and it's going to be a very, very interesting part of South African history. Of course, people are not going to be killed, but each and every political party, they will need to put their foot down together to garner the votes of the South African to show that I stand for this, I stand for that. And the reply of John Steenhuisen aligns together with the message that is coming in the next elections of the 2024. Of course, Julius Malema will reply, and we wait to hear how he replies to that. But one thing we know for sure is that we saw how this case went last year, and if they take it any further, of course, Julius Malema will also stand his ground and come forward to whatever they bring to him. We are here to watch. We are here to see. One thing as South African, we can never rule out is the fact that as much as Steenhuisen is saying, is mentioning the 1994 and how civil war was avoided, one thing people always say is that it was avoided and it's going to continue to be avoided in South Africa, because no one is calling for the killing of anyone and no one should ever call for that. But we come from a long way where some of the things that used to happen, that we used to chant about, that used to be considered as part of the black culture, cannot just disappear like that. The fact that 1994 to this day we came so many years, 30 years probably, there's never been a report of saying that the people, the minority or a certain group of South Africans are under siege by black people. The fact that that has never happened needs to tell us that there is no civil war in South Africa and we are not heading towards it. The debate then that is going to happen will be between the Julius Malema and DA on whether that song, that chant, is an incitement or is just a chant just to be happy amongst the group of people. That is what they need to lock heads and debate, because at the end of the day, South Africa has a problem of corruption. It doesn't have a problem of people killing each other in a way of targeting a certain group. Crime is at its level, it's its worst level in South Africa. But crime doesn't just target certain people. It is a crime that is happening to each and every person in South Africa. We wait to hear what Julius Malema is going to say and just listen attentively to him replying to John Steenhuisen. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in, and until next time, cheers.